this episode, I found myself in Panama talking about my pursuits and where I think the music business is going.
At Panama Pacifica for more information. Now it is that time on the program to introduce my guest in this hour, Ajani Griffith, and it's not the first time Ajani has been here, so welcome back.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Hey, good to see you. And you've been busy, you were telling me. You've been doing public speaking.
Yeah, I was out in Hollywood, California at, I guess you could say a major entertainment conference, talking about entrepreneurship.
It's a big word.
Entrepreneurship in entertainment and music.
Okay.
And I had a public interview with this guy called Edwin Cox. He's a big music licensing guy, and he started his company in Abbey Road in London, and now the company operates in 40 something countries.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. So they're pretty big, and he's heading the operation out in Los Angeles.
Okay. You didn't get tempted to stay and have an acting career, or?
No, I got other things to do.
Yeah,
I'm a busy person.
Oh, yeah. I can't be bothered with that. Who wants to be famous? So tell me, I mean, specifically, what was your topic? I mean, could you mention a number of issues there? What exactly? I mean, how did the talk go? I mean, what was the nuts and bolts of it?
Well, going into that conference, music is a very youth-oriented industry. So when you go to these music conferences, it's mostly people in their 20s.
Oh, right. So the rest of us don't like music.
Right, exactly. A major issue is understanding how business works and how branding works. And I think a lot of artists don't understand that aspect. They don't understand that they are a business. Some do, but I think majority don't, from my experience working in the industry.
Is that because you find them I mean, we have a lot of them coming in, so many artists, it's something they're dedicated to, and they don't really think sufficiently about the business.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, I thought, okay, how do I create value to an audience? Because I'm also trying to build my platform, build my message, and I thought a good topic that would be a good topic to talk about would be entrepreneurship in music, and conveying that as an artist, you are a entrepreneur, an entrepreneur, regardless of whether you want to think of yourself as an entrepreneur or not, because everybody who works for you, or everybody on your team works for you. You are the centerpiece. You are the product.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is funny enough. This is a conversation I had the other day with somebody, because since I was 30, I've run a number of companies, mainly in the oil business, but in different businesses as well. And it's like, if you like this, what we're doing here, whether you like it or not, is a business. And I would say, if you have a balance sheet, in other words, if you have to make money, and you have to spend money, it's a business. Now, business per se, or the structure of business, is pretty much the same. What governs the business is the commodity.
Right, exactly.
And it's like you're saying, the commodity is you. The commodity for us right now is the breakfast show.
Right.
In the oil business, commodity was broking and trading in the end result. And it's difficult to get through to a lot of people. There's discipline.
It's a lot of discipline, especially in the entertainment field. If you're in your room.
Yeah, because you're busy. You want to make your music.
Right.
I can't be bothered with that.
Right, exactly.
So you give it to a manager, and you get screwed.
Right. So you have to understand the basics of everything.
Yeah, because I mean, if you did, a lot of them will hand it over to a manager, but not understand the concept of what he's going to be doing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So okay, yes. Oh, keep it up the good work. They need your help.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll be talking more with that girl in a minute. We're going to take another piece of it. This time it comes from. It's coming from Adele, and it's "Don't You Remember." That's Adele. Don't you remember? Not very far, but yes, I do. So we're talking with Ajani Griffith, who we've just determined apparently music is only for young people.
Yeah, right.
Depends what type of music, really, isn't it?
I guess.
What do you say, too? You're in music. What do you think of the music scene today?
It's very disruptive. There's lots of things going on. It's rapidly changing. Rapidly changing.
Rap is the word.
I can't even keep my head around it, you know? Even when I sit down and I talk to, like, people who've been in the industry for 2 or 3 decades, they can't even give me the answers to my questions, you know?
I mean, I'm obviously old school. I mean, I go to sort of 60s and 70s when the music scene was completely and utterly different. It was run and controlled by the record companies. But, you know, when I sort of go through the Billboard, I have the Billboard going back to, I think, about 1945, right up to around about 2001, 2002. Then I decided I didn't want them anymore. Because when I go through each year, you know, you can actually see and feel the difference in music progression. And then when you get up sort of end of the 19th into the 2000s, 2010s, I don't know, it just seemed to, if you look at the amount of music that I pick out of the 2000s, it's not that so great. And why is it now that every single piece of music that seems to be released says featuring? And you can normally get, if it's featuring somebody's rapping in the middle of it.
I guess that's the market now.
Today, yeah, no, I mean, you're right. I mean, things have changed, but I don't know. I miss things like, well, there are a lot of good people. There's a lot of good artists that do some great music, but I don't know. I just can't sort of get my head around the direction of the music industry now.
Well, I mean, there's lots of choices, so.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
The Billboard, and I think there's also other ways to, I guess, be successful. For example, music licensing, movies, like, you know, that's for example the film that I music supervise. That's a way to make some good money if we can get into the right projects and whatnot.
Yeah, that's interesting because the movie we're talking about is called I Before Thee, and you're credited on here as the music supervisor. What exactly does a music supervisor do?
Well, basically, a music supervisor really handles all the music in a film, works for the film production company, and they clear all the licenses. They scout for songs. They do all the negotiations. It's a tough job. I remember when I was trying to get everybody to sign like a contract for the song. One of the producers for the music, I was talking to him for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then he disappeared for like 2 months. And you know, and the people who were on the project, friends of his, they didn't know where he was. His cell phone was off. I was like, this is crazy. But then he came back around after that, and then he disappeared again. So I mean, like on top of dealing with all the licensing stuff, you have to deal with people's personalities.
Absolutely. It took him a long time to sober up, obviously.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we got it. You sent us a piece of music. Let me just get it up here. This is Magic. That's the title.
Yeah, that's a song, a new song that we're working on.
Okay.
We're just putting getting the pieces in the promotional.
Is that in the movie, or is this a separate project?
It's a separate project.
Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Are you singing?
No.
Don't sing.
No.
I mean, good idea. Here it is. It's called Magic. No, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that one. Didn't feature anybody really. Tell us what's the group on there?
It's my production team.
Okay.
And I work with this Ukrainian duo, and they I guess collaborated with a singer called Samuel Sanders from South Carolina. So I mean, we're gonna get into
that's all over the world then.
Yeah, but yeah, and
you see, we were just talking about technology, weren't we?
Right. And we're looking into like music licensing and maybe getting some commercials or movies and whatnot. I think that's a space that songwriters and producers miss out on because everybody's trying to get on Hot 100, Billboard Hot 100, and there's only 100 spots. And a lot of the songs stay on Hot 100 for at least a couple of weeks. So I mean, on a 52-week schedule, your chances are limited. So we have to look at the different aspects of where you can be successful.
I mean, I guess, we were talking about music in the 1960s, 1970s when you had a band. The only route then to go really was with the record company. There were a few independents that sort of came out at that time as well. But now I would have thought for somebody is it much more competitive because there is so much, there's access now. I can put on my laptop and I listen to a piece of music that I like, and it doesn't have to be a local, it could be somebody in Indonesia, or so the whole thing is sort of, there's so much content now. How do you find your way to get into the Hot 100?
That's difficult.
That's your job, right? Get them there. Branding.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but technology has changed so many things, and it's going to change a lot more, I believe, in the future, because already we're seeing now so many more devices are just fitted with LTE. I mean, now the sort of the iPads and the Surfaces and that, they're coming out with the LTE, so they just connect to a data system through your phone provider.
Right.
And that is the way that it's going to go. I mean, already I can just stick my phone in my car, and because I've got a reasonable data package, I can sit there and listen to BBC Radio 2 in the UK. I don't have to listen to a radio station in Panama. So it's going to make it much more competitive even for the people like us, because we're going to be competing with radio stations worldwide.
Right.
So the whole thing is just exploding. It's just opening up. It's going to continue to do so. So it's going to be harder to survive, to make a living.
Maybe. I mean, from like an influencer point of view, like from my perspective, I think anybody can build their own community. There's 4 billion people on the internet now, or almost close to 4 billion people with probably like half the world still have to get on the internet. So I think artists can build their own community, or anybody can build their own community, to where they can provide a valuable service and people would want to buy from them. So like I don't look at it from a macro standpoint. Is I think there's more opportunity because you can say something, go on the internet, and broadcast to thousands of people for a few dollars. You couldn't do. You couldn't do that 10 years ago.
No. But then so can so many other people broadcast to them as well. So.
Right. I mean, but the thing is, if you can develop your own community of people who value your whatever you're doing or promoting, then does it really matter?
If you can make money, no. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about making money.
Yeah, I mean, it's how you brand. It's how you brand yourself. It's how you develop your business.
My branding machine's sitting there in the corner. Hi, guys. I tell you what, we're going to take another piece of music. Firstly, just let me take a step back and say good morning to Cedric. Cedric dropped me a little note earlier on. It was for him that we played that song Dionne Warwick with her friends. But right now we're going to take another track. This time it's from The Clash.
Hey guys, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button so you can get the notifications when I upload a new episode. And I hope you are having a great day wherever you are at in the world, and thank you for your support.